The former Scottish Government Finance Secretary lost out to Humza Yousaf in the contest to replace Nicola Sturgeon last year, and is now set to throw her hat in the ring again. Kate Forbes is reportedly considering a second tilt at SNP leadership as allies fear a anyone but Kate campaign is being orchestrated against her. The former Finance Secretary only narrowly lost out to Humza Yousaf last year in the race to replace Nicola Sturgeon. The Highlands MSP has remained influential among Nat MSPs while on the backbenches after she rebuffed attempts by her former rival to serve as Rural Affairs Secretary. And she refused to be drawn on speculation when she posted about the First Minister on social media. She wrote, "As First Minister Humza Yousaf cared passionately about Scotland. Few of us will forget his statesmanship and compassion on Gaza. He is an honourable man, who displayed dignity and humility today. I wish him and Nadia well with their impending new arrival in the summer." But as the SNP start to make manoeuvres on who will replace the First Minister, a number of big names have already backed former leader John Swinney. The likes of potential contenders Neil Gray and Jenny Gilruth have thrown their backing behind him, as has Westminster leader Stephen Flynn and predecessor Ian Blackford. We previously told how he informed journalists that he would consider taking the top job and has been labelled as the only Nat politician who will be able to unite non-party MSPs behind a minority government. And now that SNP's old guard want to install him as well. The same situation happened last year when Ms. Sturgeon's close allies backed Mr. Yousaf to replace her, and he eventually won the contest, only to resign just over a year later about a shambolic time in Bute House. And it looks like the SNP Old Boys Club are aiming to do similar again. According to the Scotsman's Alistair Grant, SNP MSP Michelle Thompson, who ran Ms. Forbes' leadership campaign, says she understands that the former Finance Secretary is giving serious consideration to standing again. SNP MP Joanna Cherry hit out at the attempts to stitch up Mr. Yousaf's replacement. She said, "As Humza, who should be thanked for his service, will remain FM until we have a new leader, there is no need for an unseemly rush by the Old Boys Club to stitch up the succession. The leader of the SNP should be chosen by our members, not by men in grey suits." SNP veteran Fergus Ewing also backed his Highlands colleague. Kate Forbes has the biggest majority of any MSP if any other candidate is chosen, because the Greens say they won't work with Kate Forbes. "We're actually allowing the Green Party to determine who the next First Minister will be. That's surely absurd. Politicians should work together far more than they do. Most of the political agreements seem to be more about theatre than substance. There's no doubt in my mind that the people in the leadership of the other main parties, Tory, Liberal and Labour, respect Kate Forbes. They will trust her, they will work with her. But supporters of the former Finance Secretary are concerned by the potential rebirth of the Anyone But Kate, which was launched last year to help Mr. Yousaf to victory, and was coordinated by the SNP Old Guard, who were Sturgeonites.